Chad here, and yes, you once again find me in the C30, the Volvo. See? Volvo. Why am I in the C30 today? Well, I'm actually on my way, or actually waiting in a parking lot to see a prospective buyer. Yes, I'm kind of selling the C30. But, relax. The good news is that today's prospective buyer is probably the biggest Volvo YouTuber, the most famous Volvo YouTuber, well, I kind of have to do it, in the world.
What's up, shifters? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, you've heard correctly from Chad. He is thinking about selling his C30. Now, his focus has been really on his 2015 S550 Mustang. He has a ton of parts ready to make that thing boost to the moon and have a lot of fun with it. So he's been toying around with the idea in our Shifting Lanes chat of selling the C30. So I haven't seen it in probably two and a half years. So I want to see what kind of condition it's in because I might buy it. So let's go check it out and see how it looks. So yeah, like I said, Chad may sell the C30. And for those of you that watched our Volvo content on our main channel, which is Shifting Lanes 1, and by the way, we also have a streaming channel. You can find that all in the description below. We live stream every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to check us out there, that would be awesome. But if you watched our old main channel, which we've turned into mostly OEM reviews and new car information, well, we went to the Tail of the Dragon almost 3 years ago now. It was actually 3 years, I think, next month. So I brought my old Volvo V70R and Chad brought his C30. And honestly, like, I'm a big Volvo guy. Chad, you know, isn't. He loves his Mustang. He thinks the C30 is a cool car, but he's not like me. He's not a Volvo enthusiast. I know, like, he loves the Mustang. I'd say he's more of a Mustang enthusiast than a C30 enthusiast, obviously. So I'm gonna go check this thing out, and I really am curious to see what kind of condition it's in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just look at it today, and if it passes the eyeball test, then we'll make another video of me taking it on a test drive, because I don't want to take this thing on a drive if I look at it and it's just totally in bad shape. Chad said it's in like rough shape, but it's still drivable. It just drives kind of like crud, but we will talk about exactly why it drives that way when I get there. So on my way, and we're gonna go see exactly what kind of shape the C30 is in, and should I get it? In fact, why don't you leave the comments below? Just comment right now. Do you guys think that Chad should sell me the C30 and what we should do with it? I'm curious to hear what you guys, the community, have to say, because the C30 is a cool car. I like it a lot, but let's see. Should I buy it? Leave it in the comments. Well, hello there.
What's up?
You're already on camera.
Yay.
Say cool things.
Mustangs.
Thought that would be it. So, like I said on the drive over, here we are, and there is Chad. And there's the C30. It exists, it lives, and it actually sounds pretty good, to be quite honest with you. So, I'm gonna flip this, and Chad, hello.
What's up?
Welcome to your own channel.
Yeah, I know, it's been a while.
So, what is the deal with this whole thing? So you're probably gonna sell the car one way or another, is that correct?
Yeah, so basically the long and short of it is early in the year we were doing pretty great, and I probably had some money for 2 projects. Without boring you guys with the minutia that is Shifting Lanes business, the long and short of it is I really only have money to mod 1 car. As you can probably tell, I'm very deep into parts. This
Open this immediately. So this is half of, I would imagine this is Mustang parts?
These are all Mustang
Holy
parts. This is everything but the supercharger kit, but the drive shaft, but the short throw kit.
Well, we do see that the C30 is quite useful.
Extremely practical.
Extremely practical.
Makes a great parts van. I'm sure the Volvoists don't like hearing that.
But that one's got a little bit more utility, but that one's pretty good, I gotta be honest. It's good.
Yeah, not bad for even having a fixed strut bar.
I was gonna say, you have more than just, you have less room than normal. What's going on with this car right now? You're using it as like sort of a holding place for your Mustang stuff?
Pretty much. I mean, I used it over the course of the winter, because obviously front wheel drive, and even though these tires are absolutely appallingly terrible, they make for okay, workable winter tires and things like that. But the problem is on days like this,
You're gonna drive a Mustang.
I'm going to the Mustang.
Yeah.
And like,
and that's look. I'm a Volvo guy. I literally said I'm a huge Volvo guy on the way over, and you're not like the biggest Volvo enthusiast. You like the car, you think it's cool, but
yeah,
let's be honest, you know, you're a Mustang guy. You want to drive your Mustang on a day like this. This is sort of more of a daily driver or a nice pairing for this. So,
I mean, this does have a lot of potential, but I mean, we have the big boy 3-inch elevated turbo back exhaust on here, which is a little dirty. I do apologize. The car itself,
mine's disgusting.
And it's too quiet for me. Anyone who knows me knows I like a more visceral experience, especially with my fun cars.
Yeah.
Shit, even my daily drivers.
Right.
And this, I mean, I guess it's to Elevate's credit to make a super high performance exhaust that is loud enough when you want it to be, but super quiet when you're driving around. I'm sure my neighbors would love for me to drive this more. I just don't have the time, the finances, and everything to kind of do what needs to be done to this car.
All right.
Just to bring her back to when we went to the Dragon and all that other stores, just to kind of bring her back to that.
Right.
Let alone any sort of like future modifications or anything like that, like bigger turbos, and things of that nature.
So what exactly is like? What's the condition of the car? Obviously, it's running and driving because it's here.
I would honestly,
normal. Like on a scale of like 10 overall. Is it like a 5 out of 10?
I would say probably somewhere between a 6 and a 7.
Okay. So it's drivable. It's you know, anyone could take this right now and it'd be a good daily driver.
But they'd want to do a couple things before.
So what are the things that they would want to do?
So first and foremost, they'd want to fix the caster issue. So when you're dealing with alignment on the car, right? So how the wheel is angled is your camber in this direction. That's toe. And caster is where it sits. So where this center point is in relationship to here.
Right. So if we come right next to here, you can kind of see.
We've got a ton, not much room here. And if you go to the other side, you know, you can clearly see this is the bad side because you can see I'm actually, I don't know if you can get a camera in there, but I've rubbed the inner liner out. So this wheel is sitting too far in this direction.
Okay, interesting.
And it's either one of two, possibly three things. One, we all know this car was in an accident at some point in its life. We can tell by, I don't know if you're gonna pick it up in this light, but if you look at the hood and you look at the quarter panel, they're slightly different shades of silver.
Yeah, it's tough to tell here, but on a couple of the pictures from our other videos, you can clearly tell.
You can kind of, when you're futzing around with the headlights, kind of, it goes in, it works fine, but it's not, that's a little more space over there. So it was obviously hit on this side. We thought originally the subframe was tweaked. Subframe has been replaced with a good one. So in my mind, it's either a control arm or worst case scenario, the frame itself is a little tweaked and it's actually the mounting points for say the subframe are pushed back or pushed forward.
Are you lowered at all?
On the front I am, yes. In the back, no. It does have B14 coilovers.
Okay.
So I'm also thinking the rake might be playing into it, but if that was truly the case, in my own head, what makes the most sense is that you'd see it over there.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's pop the hood and take a look underneath, just because I'm curious to see. And I don't know if it's not really coming out on camera. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's definitely different silvers here. Nice. So, Elevate intake manifold.
Upper and upported lower.
Yep.
So the lower is a little bit wider diameter in the ports. Elevate intake.
Yep. Spider webs. You clearly drive this a lot.
Yeah, it's my daily. So again, guys, if you're seeing this and you're cursing the ground I walk on, that's why I want to move it along. These are really fun little cars, and it deserves to be in a home that is going to drive it, use it, treat it the way it needs to be.
And if you're watching this video and you're not familiar with the platform, this is a turbo 5-cylinder, and I'm touching this because this is plastic and it's not really hot, but it's turbo 5-cylinder, transversely mounted, 2.5 liter, correct?
Yes.
So 2.5 liter, 5-cylinder, which is cool because, you know, no 5-cylinders really exist anymore, less the RS3 and the Audi TT RS as well. So those are the only two in production, I believe, anymore with a 5-cylinder engine.
This is actually slightly different. I don't know all the difference is, but this is a different engine than the 2.5 liter you had in the V70R.
Slightly different, yep.
Yeah, pretty much every bolt-on that could be bolted onto this has been bolted onto it as far as an engine is concerned. Still on the stock KO4 turbo, but yeah, so basically from filter, it goes into the turbo.
Yeah.
Is compressed. I have Elevate front mount intercooler, which is significantly larger and more efficient than stock.
Yeah, there you go.
There's others on the market and stuff like that, but that, as you can tell, I had to deal with Elevate at the time. But in here, really nothing's too bad in here.
Yeah, honestly, outside of it being dirty, it does not look bad at all.
As far as from a daily drivability issue, you definitely want to look at the caster, and you would definitely want to just do the brakes. They've been sitting for the car. I haven't put many miles on this car, so it's been sitting. The brakes still have meat on them, but anytime you let brakes kind of sit, you're eventually going to get into rub. And if I was to drive off right now, you'd hear the horrible sounds of brakes rubbing, which really hits me to the core. You're going to want to get these refinished.
Yeah, the lights are a little worse for wear, but honestly, this isn't bad. You can actually just buff this out.
Right. Well, this is from a failed attempt to do it myself.
Oh, got it.
So you can see where I went too far with the buff.
With the buff. You can probably pick up spare lights like this and just have the lenses refinished, like a wet sand and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, for a pair from like a place like Erie Volvo,
right?
And that's the correct, it's VOVO,
yeah,
in case anyone was wondering. Great place, great spot for if you're looking to pick up used parts,
right?
But in a very good condition. I do the brakes there. There's some little body niggles here and there. There's some dents all over from where I think this was parked under a tree, and acorns and things like that landed on her.
So honestly, not too bad.
There's a lot of little stuff. The big thing
is the caster.
The biggest thing is that if the frame is tweaked, that's gonna far exceed any of the of the other work.
And these are the OEM wheels and tires, right?
These are the OEM wheels and tires. I have aftermarket wheels, lightweight wheels, tires that would come with the car.
These are 18s or 17s? 18. Okay.
Yes.
So these are 18s.
I drive this a lot. But yeah, I have a Shark tune in it right now. I have the programmer somewhere. It's a good little platform. It's really fun. You know, you were with me when we went down to the Dragon and stuff. But that's pretty much it, man. The whole reason we're here is that we would love to be able to keep this in the family. But if Greg and I can't work something out, I definitely want this to go to like an enthusiast.
All right, so thank you, Chad. I appreciate it. And honestly, does not look too bad. So what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments again. But what do you guys think with everything that Chad has said? Obviously, you guys are on YouTube watching this and not in person, but with everything that we said that needs fixing, there's a couple interior bits that we didn't show you, just like a new waterfall, the speaker cover is cracked on the driver's side. These are easy to find items that are really easy to replace. So you're looking at what, 40 bucks maybe kind of thing from Erie Volvo. What do you guys think the price would be for this? What do you think Chad should sell it for? Leave it in the comments.
$11 billion.
I mean, I'm cool with that because then we can do a lot of stuff on shifting lanes and probably quit our jobs. Thanks so much for swinging by the park. This is just a local park we're at here. Nothing crazy. So I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna chat to you guys, and we'll see exactly what we're gonna do. All right, so we're back in the car. And I gotta be honest with you, it looks to be in pretty good shape. Now I know Chad hasn't been driving that thing a lot because obviously, like he said, you know, he's gonna choose the Mustang over the C30. And quite frankly, if I owned a Mustang and a C30, I'd choose the Mustang. I love Mustangs. I think they're awesome. They're awesome, cool cars, and they're just like quintessentially American. They're iconic. They make an amazing sound, especially with his, where his has an exhaust that's got headers. I mean, it just gives you that like V8 burble that you want, the muscly kind of tone. And the C30 just doesn't have that. It sounds good, and I love 5-cylinder engines because they just sound like mini V10s. They sound super good on their own, but the Mustang, at least right now, sounds better than the C30 for those reasons. So I don't blame him. You know, he wants to take the Mustang most of the time. I would too. However, the C30 looks to be in pretty good shape. It definitely passed the eyeball test. So I definitely want to get out and drive it in the next week or two to see how it goes, see what it's like. Obviously, there's the caster issue. Hopefully that's not like anything worse than a control arm, but overall, for what you need to kind of like fix that car, you don't even need paint work. You can wrap it, you know, whatever. But to like fix the car to make it like more drivable, you need the caster thing is a big issue. Maybe adjust the suspension a bit. It's got Bilstein all the way around, so you can adjust the height of those a little bit. And honestly, that's it as far as drivability is concerned. For other things, you can replace some of the interior bits, like the waterfall is a little dinged up. The speaker cover on the driver's side has a crack in it. He got it like that. So, I mean, again, these are not big things. Overall, to make this thing fully like 100%, you're spending about $1,000, maybe 1,500 bucks. So with that said, I'm actually considering it. If I drive it and I like it, and if you guys want to see the C30 back in the Shifting Lanes family and on the channel, I would potentially get it. If you don't want to see that and you want to buy the car, definitely reach out to us. Our business email is in the description of every single video we make. If you're interested, toss us an offer, and if it's like really good, then we may consider selling it to you. So with all that said, let's head home and give it a little bit of a think. Of course, I can't leave you without a little bit of Polestar exhaust. I love this car so much, man. And so, there you have it. Chad is going to be selling the C30 one way or another, whether it's to me or one of you guys. So, with that said, I think I said everything in this video. I don't really have anything else to say. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, because that really helps us out. And it's also free. And if you're coming back for these videos anyway, why the hell aren't you subscribed? Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me at RealGregsandM. You can follow us at Shifting Lanes on any social media. And if you're interested, like I said in the beginning, we are live streaming every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check the link in the description below for that channel, or it should come up after this video is done for you. You can click on that, subscribe, and watch us live and talking about cars and talking to you guys more than ever. If you want some Shifting Lanes merch, we have that in the description below as well. We have t-shirts, lots of cool Sweden stuff, so go check that out as well. That'll wrap it up for today's video. The next video you watch is going to probably be me on a POV drive of this thing, and we're gonna do a drive with the C30 in the next couple of weeks, like I said. So, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.